India's financial capital, a city of 2.5 crore people, the city that never sleeps, the city that runs India's stock markets, banks, film industry, and trade, is running out of water. As of today, Mumbai's 7 reservoirs hold just 9.34% of their total capacity. The city requires 4,664 million liters of water every day. It is currently getting 4,100 million liters. At this rate, Mumbai has fewer than 40 days of drinking water remaining. The monsoon, which was supposed to arrive weeks ago, has stalled 8 consecutive days. Not a drop over the critical catchment areas, and Upper Vaitarna, one of Mumbai's most important reservoirs, has 0% useful water storage. Zero. How did we get here? What is the government doing? When will normal life return? This is the complete verified story of Mumbai's water crisis 2026 on AK World Vision. I'm Amrendra Kumar. Welcome to AK World Vision. Today, a crisis that affects every single person in Mumbai and should concern every Indian. Let's get into it. Let's start with the most important thing, the actual numbers. Mumbai's water supply comes from 7 lakes and reservoirs located outside the city in the Sahyadri mountain ranges. Here is where each one stands right now. Upper Vaitarna, one of Mumbai's critical sources, has fallen entirely below its lowest drawdown level. Its useful live storage 0%. Tansa has plummeted to just 3.87% of capacity. Bhatsa, the largest single source in Mumbai's water network, holding nearly 46% of all available useful water, is itself sitting at a fragile 8.63% of its own capacity. Vihar and Tulsi, the small reservoirs inside Sanjay Gandhi National Park, are performing relatively better at 41.63% and 22.53%. But their volumes are too small to meaningfully help a city that needs 4,664 million liters every day. Combined total storage 9.34% of full capacity. 1.55 lakh million liters in reservoirs built to hold 14.5 lakh million liters. And this is not just numbers on a page. The European Space Agency's Copernicus program analyzed satellite radar imagery and confirmed a stark contraction of Mumbai's surface water extent. You can see it from space. Mumbai's lakes visibly literally shrinking. So why is this happening? The answer has two parts, one immediate, one structural. The immediate cause is the delayed southwest monsoon. The monsoon, which normally arrives in Mumbai around the first week of June, has stalled. As of today, it has been 8 consecutive days without meaningful rainfall over Mumbai's critical catchment areas. Meteorologists have identified the cause, El Niño. El Niño is a climate phenomenon originating in the Pacific Ocean, where warmer than normal ocean temperatures affect global weather patterns. In India's case, El Niño weakens the southwesterly winds that carry moisture-laden clouds from the Arabian Sea across India. When those winds weaken, the monsoon stalls or arrives late or produces below normal rainfall. The India Meteorological Department (IMD) has issued a yellow alert for Mumbai, suggesting conditions could turn favorable around June 23, 2026. But here is the critical distinction that meteorologists are making. Even when local rains arrive, Mumbai's reservoirs will not be filled by those rains. The reservoirs are located in catchment areas outside Mumbai in the Sahyadri Mountains. Until heavy, sustained, prolonged rainfall knocks over those distant catchment areas, reservoir levels will not meaningfully rise. Local Mumbai showers, however welcome, for the heat will not solve the water crisis. But beyond the monsoon, there are structural causes to this crisis that have been building for decades. Mumbai's water distribution network is described by analysts as decades old, poorly mapped, and vulnerable to substantial leakages. Water is lost to lakes before it even reaches homes, and heavily subsidized municipal water has historically discouraged large residential and commercial complexes from investing in wastewater recycling systems, leading to inefficient use and massive wastage. The monsoon delay triggered this crisis, but the infrastructure problems made sure it would be severe when it came. Now, what is the government doing? The Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation, BMC Mumbai's civic body, has been implementing an escalating series of measures. The BMC first imposed a 10% water cut for residential users on May 15, 2026, even before the crisis became as acute as it is now. That was a precaution. Then, as reservoir levels kept falling on June 16 to 17, the BMC escalated 20% reduction in water supply for all industrial units, commercial establishments, and sports clubs. Swimming pools' water supply completely halted. Construction sites, all temporary water connections suspended immediately. What is now banned in Mumbai? Using drinking water to wash vehicles banned. Using potable water for gardening and lawns banned. New construction water connections not being sanctioned. Packaged drinking water manufacturers getting water only for their employees' drinking needs. Aerated beverage companies, same restriction. And major government entities, including the Central Railway, Western Railway, Indian Navy, Mumbai Port Authority, HPCL, BPCL, and MIDC, have been directed to completely use treated sewage water for all operational needs, not drinking water. Recycled water, mandatory. The BMC has issued a circular that strict penalties will be imposed on anyone found wasting or misusing drinking water. This is not just an appeal, legal action including fines is being enforced. And Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has personally directed state officials to plan water usage carefully to ensure drinking water supplies remain available across Maharashtra until August 2027, not just Mumbai, all of Maharashtra until August 2027. That directive tells you exactly how seriously the government is taking this. Now, the human impact. How is this crisis affecting the ordinary Mumbaikar on the ground right now? The BMC has confirmed restrictions apply across all of Mumbai, from Kolaba in the south to Daisar in the north. No neighborhood is exempt. For residential areas, the 10% cut means families are getting less water during supply hours. In areas already receiving water supply for limited hours daily, that 10% cut is being felt sharply. Many families are storing water in drums, reducing washing, cutting shower time. For slum communities who often depend on shared water points and water tankers, the situation is more acute. Tanker water prices, which were already high, have risen further as demand surges and supply tightens. For restaurants and hotels, the 20% commercial cut has forced significant operational adjustments. Some restaurants are serving meals on disposable plates to reduce dishwashing water. Hotels are requesting guests to reduce linen changes and towel washing. For Mumbai's massive construction industry, which employs lakhs of workers, the suspension of water connections is a serious disruption. Projects may face delays. Workers employed specifically in water dependent construction processes are seeing reduced work days. And here is the daily math. Mumbai needs 4,664 million liters per day. It is currently getting approximately 4,100 million liters, 564 million liters short every single day. Over 40 days, that is a shortfall of 22,560 million liters. Let me be honest about something. Mumbai's water crisis in 2026 is being caused by the delayed monsoon and El Niño. That is true. But Mumbai has faced water crises before, and it will face them again unless structural problems are fixed. Problem 1, leaky infrastructure. Mumbai's water distribution network is described by experts as decades old, poorly mapped, and vulnerable to substantial leakages. Water is lost in the pipes before it reaches homes. In some areas, leakage rates are estimated to be 15 to 30% of total supply. Fix the pipes, and Mumbai has significantly more water every single day. Problem 2, subsidized water. Mumbai's municipal water is among the cheapest in any major city in the world. When water is this cheap, there is no financial incentive for large residential societies, commercial complexes, or industries to invest in water recycling or conservation systems. Cheap water creates wasteful water. Problem 3, no rainwater harvesting at scale. Mumbai receives among the highest rainfall of any major city in India, 2200 to 2400 mm annually. Most of that water runs into the sea. Rainwater harvesting, collecting, and storing monsoon rainfall in buildings and communities could significantly supplement reservoir water, but adoption is low. Enforcement of existing harvesting rules is poor. Problem 4, growing demand, fixed supply. Mumbai's population keeps growing. Its water infrastructure has not kept pace. The reservoirs supplying Mumbai today were planned and built for a smaller city. A city that is significantly larger and industrially more active is drawing on the same system. El Niño triggered this crisis. Decades of underinvestment made sure it would be severe. The question every Mumbaikar is asking: when will things get back to normal? Best case: if the southwest monsoon, which meteorologists expect to become favorable around June 23, brings heavy, sustained rainfall over Mumbai's catchment areas, reservoir levels could start rising meaningfully by early to mid July. If July and August bring normal or above normal rainfall, the reservoirs could reach comfortable levels and the 10% water cut could be lifted by August 2026. Normal life by August. Base case: if the monsoon arrives but remains weak or patchy as El Nino patterns suggest it might, reservoir levels will rise but slowly. Water restrictions may need to continue through September and into October. The BMC's current 10% cut was designed specifically to make available water last until end of July. If monsoon replenishment is slow, restrictions may be extended or even deepened. Worst case: if the 2026 monsoon is significantly below normal, Mumbai could face a water crisis that extends well beyond this monsoon season into the 2026 to 27 dry season. This is why Chief Minister Fadnavis has already planned water usage until August 2027. He is not being alarmist, he is being prudent. As of today, most meteorologists believe the best to base case scenario is more likely than the worst case. But with El Nino still influencing weather, certainty is impossible. Mumbai is on borrowed time and borrowed water. Let me give you something practical. If you live in Mumbai or know someone who does, here is what you can do right now. Fix all leaking taps immediately. A dripping tap wastes hundreds of liters per month. Take shorter showers or switch to bucket baths. Collect used water, water from washing vegetables. Rinsing dishes can be reused for mopping and flushing. Do not wash your car with a hose pipe. This is now illegal in Mumbai. Do not water gardens with municipal water. Also illegal during the restriction period. Report leaking municipal pipes to BMC via their helpline or the Apple Sarkar portal. If your building has a borewell, use it for non-drinking purposes, flushing, cleaning to save reservoir water for drinking. Store water during supply hours. Every drop saved by every Mumbaikar multiplied across 2.5 crore people is the difference between a crisis that passes and a crisis that deepens. Let me end with the honest picture. Mumbai, India's economic capital, is facing its most acute water crisis in 3 years. 9.34% reservoir capacity, less than 40 days of water, monsoon stalled, El Nino disrupting weather patterns. The government is responding with cuts, bans, and mandatory recycling. The monsoon is expected to eventually arrive. But until heavy rains fall over those distant catchment areas in the Sahyadri, Mumbai is counting liters. India's financial capital that runs on ambition and hard work is reminding us of something we forget in our rush. Everything, every building, every factory, every film set and stock exchange runs on water. And water is not guaranteed. Less than 40 days of water. A monsoon that has stalled. A city of 2.5 crore people waiting for rain. This is happening right now in India's most important city. If this video gave you value, please drop a like. It genuinely helps AK World Vision reach more people. Subscribe for more breaking news analysis like this. And if you are in Mumbai, please conserve water today. Not tomorrow, today. Tell me in the comments. Are you in Mumbai? How is the water crisis affecting you? Drop your experience below. I read every comment. I'm Amrendra Kumar. This is AK World Vision. See the world differently.